Continuing to follow the breaking news out of Killeen tonight, where a man is now dead after ramming through the front doors of the JCPenney store at the Killeen Mall. The incident sent 4 people to the hospital with injuries ranging from minor to severe. We're told a 5th person took themselves to the ER. News 10's Madison Herbert is joining us live from the scene now. Madison.
Good evening, Jasmine. Yeah, I got here around 5:40, and that was about 10 minutes after the call came in that somebody had driven their car through the JCPenney side of the building. And yes, I was here for another story, and that story was taking place in the parking lot, but they ended up getting moved to the other side of the building because of the scene that we saw here. And so yes, I pulled into the parking lot and immediately saw what was going on and decided to switch gears to figure out what was happening. So let's show you a look at what that scene looked like earlier this evening. You can see that the front door was completely taken down. The investigation so far has shown that the driver did not stop after hitting the building, but proceeded to keep driving once he was inside, taking down any person who was in his path. People who were inside or even just getting to the mall flooded the parking lot. The police line blocked off much of the parking area, which was preventing people from getting to their cars that were on the other side of that police tape. And so officers had to get people into their cars in phases and clear that out in phases. And as they did, that police line would grow until eventually it blocked off the entire parking area right in front of JCPenney's entrance. And as you can see from this scene, it took most every law enforcement officer stretching from Killeen to Salado to come here to help.
Texas Ranger Division is going to be actively investigating the officer-involved shooting. Like I said, we had DPS, Killeen Police Department, and 3 other agents, local agencies, officers that were off duty, that were in the Killeen Mall, that neutralized the suspect and kept him from harming or possibly killing any more people.
And DPS wants to clarify that the suspect, there was a lot of circulation on the internet about it being an active shooter situation. That is not what happened here. And like you just heard Sergeant Washko say, it is an officer-involved shooting as they worked to take that suspect down. And yes, 4 people were taken to the hospital as a result of injuries they received from being inside JCPenney when the car ran through the building. And then there was another person that walked away from the scene with injuries but drove themselves to the hospital, and that's how officials learned that there were actually 5 victims, and their ages range from 6 to 75 years old. And yes, Jasmine, the suspect is dead. We don't know anything about who he is or why he decided to run through the building the way that he did, but it has been a very late night for our first responders. There are still some that are here on the scene, but it has cleared out a lot since we got out here earlier this evening. And so it's just absolutely tragic what we are seeing here tonight, only 4 days before Christmas. I'm reporting live in Killeen. Madison Herbert, KWTX News 10.
Tragic indeed. Okay, thank you, Madison. Right now, you're taking a look over Killeen Mall. That's near Interstate 14 on our News 10 Skycam network. We will let you know of any updates once we hear of them that come out of the tragic situation that left 5 people hurt after a man crashed through the doors of the JCPenney store as he was being chased by police.